Thanks for coming out, Alex Len. What is going on, Rosano Nation, Raptors Nation? Welcome back to another edition of Raps Report, a podcast where I talk about the Raptors and the NBA. I'm your host, Luca Rosano, and we got some breaking news. This, according to Woj, Shams, Josh Lewenberg, basically all the credible journalists out there, that the Raptors have waived Alex Len. Boy, was that ever a brief stint or what? Feels like it was yesterday that I did a video on the Raptors signing Alex Len and what he would mean to the team. And now I'm doing a show on the Raptors waiving Alex Len and where do they go from here and how will they replace Len. And I mean, a little bit surprised, but at the same time, not really, because our centers are, for lack of a better word, useless at this point. And I'm surprised the Raptors didn't just go ahead and release both Alex Len and Aaron Baines. But I guess they still see some value in Baines compared to Alex Len. So here's the heat of the matter, guys. Alex Len appeared in 7 games for the Raptors, starting in 2 of them. He averaged just 2.3 points and 1.6 rebounds and was never quite able to find a rhythm with his new team. He's only 27 years old, but you got to just feel for this guy because he has never been able to hold a spot on any roster, it seems. And like I said, this departure, it doesn't come as a huge surprise because you knew some changes were coming. And to be honest with y'all, I was ready to do a show on some centers that the Raptors should target, but I obviously couldn't pass up on talking about this recent news. Both Alex Len and Aaron Baines have both been disappointments, and the only bright spot at the center position has been, Chris Boucher, who's blossomed into basically a star within the organization. Now, looking at Len, guys, he did sign a 1-year, $2.3 million deal with the Raptors following the departure of Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka in the summer, and he was brought in to be a defensive presence in the paint, but instead he was exploited due to his lack of versatility. As it stands right now, Toronto's roster is at 14, and now it's going to be interesting to see if they keep that 15 spot open for now, sign somebody else, or convert Yuta Watanabe's 2-way contract to an NBA deal. And then Lewenberg went on to say, not a ton of interesting options out there, but one that can make some sense, former Raptor Rondae Hollis-Jefferson. He's not a traditional center, but he would give them another small ball option. He's a culture fit that's familiar with the system and brings the energy/defensive focus they want/need. And I mean, with the Raptors going with all of these small ball lineups, Chap would make perfect sense for the Raptors to give it a go and bring him back. I really thought that the Raptors were going to bring him back. I thought he did what he needed to do on this team last year. So maybe this is going to give Chap another opportunity with the Raptors. Time will tell. But I still think major change is coming. And the Raptors need to address the center position because even if you do bring back Chap, he's not a traditional center. You would have to keep on doing these small ball lineups. If the Raptors want to contend, they need some centers. They need some guys who are going to provide value to this team. And Aaron Baines, I don't expect him to turn it around. So I do think that the Raptors are going to bring somebody in. Could be Chap, but also I do believe that the Raptors, especially if they are right there in contention around the trade deadline, that they will trade for somebody and that we could see Masai Ujiri go after a center on the market and a center who could bring, some instant value to this team. I'm going to do a show on this later on, kind of going over some more options, but a couple of names that just come to mind, Andre Drummond, Cavaliers rumored to possibly part ways with him, especially after they traded for their center of the future in Jared Allen. Another name, Marvin Bagley. He is, an option that I look at who could be of value for the Toronto Raptors. And that's a guy who I think, is playing in his last days as a Sacramento King, especially after his dad came out and basically said, trade my son. So those are 2 options that could be available for the Raptors to potentially trade for. And I mean, the Raptors right now, they're 5-8. They're starting to feel themselves out. They're starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm. They're starting to get some momentum going. If the Raptors, can turn this thing around and, we can continue to climb up the standings and we become that middle of the pack team, I know Masai Ujiri is going to want to be a buyer as opposed to a seller. And Masai Ujiri is going to do whatever he can to make this team better and to go after what this team is missing. And right now we are missing a center, damn it. I mean, I didn't think Len and or Baines were going to be this bad and this useless for the Raptors. But right now, if it wasn't for Chris Boucher, filling that void from off the bench, the Raptors would have serious issues. And even though Boucher has been doing well and, these small ball lineups have been working for us, we still have a glaring void and we need to solve it. So, two things here. It'll be interesting to see what the Raptors do with that final spot, whether they convert Yuta or they go out and get a guy like a Chap who's a free agent, bring him in. And also, are the Raptors going to make a trade here? Are the Raptors going to bolster their center position this season? And if so, who could they target? A couple of names again: Drummond, Marvin Bagley. There's some guys that you could go after. Guys that are not going to put you over the top in terms of winning a championship, but guys who are going to do their job and just give the Raptors something inside. I mean, we're getting pulverized. A lot of these nights we're getting rebounded. We're not getting any production inside, and I just think you can only do this for so long. Eventually, you're going to need that traditional center, and we had the luxury of having two in Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka, and of course, we saw how great that worked for the Raptors. So, yeah, guys, just wanted to break the news. Again, this could be surprising to many. This could be not surprising to the others, as we learned that Alex Len has been waived by the Toronto Raptors. Now we'll see what are the domino effects. Is Baines next? What's to come? You better believe I'll be on top of everything as it happens. So yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Please drop a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel for more. Ring the bell. We're almost at 20K, guys. Let's keep it coming, and you better believe I will keep the content coming on this channel. Raptors will be taking on the Miami Heat tomorrow night. I'll be doing a live play-by-play and a Raps report tomorrow, so you definitely want to stay tuned for that. Go and follow me on social media. Become a channel member today if you wish. And yeah, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and leave your comments down below. I look forward to reading each and every one of them. Until next time, be great and stay blessed. Peace.